Yes, keep your microphone off, okay? Your camera on, microphone off.
As you come into the Forest Park virtual court session, please mute your devices. If your name is not on your device, please place your name on your device so we can identify who you are.
Por favor, a medida que va entrando a la sesión virtual, asegúrese de mantener su micrófono apagado y escriba su nombre en su aparato para saber quién es usted. Queremos tener los nombres y no solamente lo que diga iPhone o otros nombres, sino el nombre suyo para saber quién es esa persona en ese aparato.
Also, if you will please type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to Forest Park Municipal Court.
Y por favor asegúrese de poner en el chat, de escribir su nombre completo y su correo electrónico y se lo va a mandar a FPMC, Forest Park, Tribunal Municipal de Forest Park.
Again, please type your full name and your email address in the chat and send it to Forest Park Municipal Court.
De nuevo, ponga su nombre completo y su correo electrónico en el chat y mándeselo a Forest Park Municipal Court.
Now, let me go over the rules of our court so that as we proceed, you will understand. This is a virtual session.
Vamos a hablar sobre las reglas de cómo va usted a hacer esta sesión. Esta es una sesión virtual.
So it is very important that you have proper connectivity.
Es importante que usted tenga la conectividad adecuada.
Based on the size of the calendar, please allow 2 to 3 hours for this session.
Basado en la cantidad de personas que están aquí en la lista de casos, asegúrese que por lo menos tiene 2 a 3 horas para esta sesión.
Please understand that if you are in a car, you cannot be operating the car.
Entienda que si usted va en un carro, usted no puede estar manejando en el carro, puede estar siendo el conductor.
Make sure there are no distractions in your background during this virtual session.
Asegúrese que no haya ningún tipo de distracciones en el trasfondo aquí en esta sesión virtual.
Please keep your video turned on at all times.
Mantenga su video siempre prendido, que lo podamos ver en la cámara todo el tiempo.
And please make sure that you do not have any hats or other things on your head unless they are there for religious reasons.
Y asegúrese que no lleve puesto ningún tipo de sombreros, ningún tipo de cosas en la cabeza, a menos de que sean por cuestiones religiosas.
The prosecutor, you all will be placed in a breakout room with the prosecutor, and then you will come back to the general courtroom session.
Ustedes van a hablar y se van a poner en una sala virtual privada con el fiscal y luego que hablen con él van a regresar de nuevo a la sesión principal.
Ms. Payton or Ms. Green, if you will please place everyone in the queue in a breakout session with the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you guys for your patience. He's going to start once we put everybody online in the breakout session. Then we'll start going over the docket, okay?
Let me know when you are ready after everyone is in the breakout room with the prosecutor.
Sir?
Judge, did you want me to bring them back over or do you want me to just handle them and give them instructions from there?
You can handle them, and if there's anyone that you need to bring back over, sir, please feel free to do that.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, we've put everyone.
You just gotta go.
Okay, Mr. Brown, you need to join the link we just sent you. You need to go to room 1. Mr. Brown, can you hear us?
Nope, you can't.
He doesn't have his audio on. Your Honor, we can move forward. Mr. Brown is having some technical difficulty.
That's fine. If you all want to send him something in the chat,
Yes, I did.
okay. I am ready whenever you pull up the first person and tell me where they are on the calendar.
Okay, we can just go down the docket because we have so many people here.
Okay,
We'll just go from there.
all right. Larry Arnold,
Is Larry Arnold here? No Larry Arnold, Your Honor, and we don't have him online as well.
Shanaris Arnold,
She's online.
okay. So Larry Arnold is FTA. Richard Barton,
He's here, Your Honor.
all right, have Mr. Barton to please come forward.
Your Honor, while he's approaching, I'll let you know that I've already handed out plea sheets to everyone in the courtroom.
Thank you so much.
They're signing and dating and putting their email addresses on them now.
Do they need a little time to do that, Officer Daniel?
No, Your Honor, it's probably already done. They may
Okay.
have.
All right, thank you. Mr. Barton,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing, sir? I'm Ronald Freeman. I'm the judge in the city of Forest Park.
Yep, doing good.
You've been charged with the offense of failure to maintain lane and expired tag. What is your plea to the two charges? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere? And the benefit of the nolo plea is that it will keep your license out of suspension if in fact there was no valid insurance at the time.
Guilty.
All right. Do you want to consider a nolo plea? Mr. Barton, do you want to consider a nolo plea to keep your license out of suspension?
Yeah, it'd be nice because I have CDLs.
All right. So do you understand that by entering into the nolo plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes,
You also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial.
yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Sir, the court will accept your nolo plea. The total fine amount is $720. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need to pay it while being on probation?
I can do it while I'm on probation.
All right, sir, you will be placed on probation for 12 months. 2 months of your probation will be mandatory. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
After 2 months, once the fine of $720 is paid, your probation will end. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask me regarding the sentence of this court?
No, sir.
All right, sir, you understand that if you violate the terms of your probation, they will bring you back in front of me on a probation revocation calendar. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, sir, if you will please have a seat, Ms. Green will direct you accordingly.
All right.
Next is Willie Bell.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You're Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
Put your initials.
Mr. Bell, you have a series of offenses. One is failure to maintain insurance, possession of marijuana, driving on suspended license, suspended registration, and a traffic control violation. And you're not eligible for a nolo plea, sir, so you'd have to enter a guilty or a not guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do. I answer guilty.
All right, do you understand that by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Correct.
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, I do.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, I do.
Young man, the total fine amount is $2,450. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You will be placed on probation for 48 months.
Okay.
That will allow your payments to be smaller. You will be on probation for a mandatory period of 4 months. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
After 4 months, if you have paid your fine, your probation can end. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
You also understand that if you violate your probation, they will bring you back in front of the court on a probation revocation calendar. You understand that?
I understand, Your Honor.
You have any questions regarding the sentencing of this court?
No, sir.
All right, if you will please have a seat, Ms. Green will give you further instructions. Dwayne Blue.
They're going to verify whether you are qualified for court appointed attorney. And if you do, they'll let you know, they'll give you a name of the person. If you don't,
You're in
they set you back because you're not actually entering.
Dwayne Blue.
Once we evaluate you for a court appointed attorney, okay? All right, now it's going down as a not
Somehow
guilty.
we can hear attorney.
All right, look out for that email. I'll send it back as soon as you get it. All right, thank you. Go ahead and disengage. Thank you. So I believe I have
Ms.
Shador.
Green, somehow we can hear.
Arnold. Yes, sir. All right, so Ms. Arnold, what is your plea to the charge?
Guilty with an explanation.
I'm not sure.
Right. So stand by. We're gonna come back to you in a second.
Why don't we give him a call and let him know, but he should be in a breakout room.
He is actually. Hold on. He should be, yeah.
Okay, well, we will just deal with the inconvenience. Come on, let's keep going.
I don't know.
Once you hit leave room, there's gonna
Is
be another
Dwayne Blue?
button that comes up that says leave breakout. That's the one that you wanna hit. The other option will log you off completely. You don't want the problems because it might take you a while to get back in, all right? So
Yes,
do
sir.
not log out of the session. You wanna log out of the breakout.
Yeah, jump here. I got.
Yes,
Clint.
sir.
All right, so I'll see you over there in a second.
Nobody touched him.
All right, so then I have a gentleman with the name iPhone,
Okay.
white t-shirt, gold chain. Yes, sir.
Is Dwayne Blue there?
Take your stuff off mute.
Not here. I'm trying to figure out why I'm in this breakout session.
Yes, sir.
You're not in the breakout session. I'm looking at you.
Domenico Roper actually said that my name said that my iPhone.
Okay, I guess we have to talk over him. Yeah. Okay. There is no Dwayne Blue, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's FTA.
Okay.
Justin Booker,
Justin Booker? No Justin Booker.
that is FTA. Clinton Brown,
He is online.
thank you. Warren Kane,
Oh, his attorney reached out with an entry and motion to continue.
all right, we will continue the case at the request of the defense.
Okay.
Come on, mute.
Okay,
You can't now.
Cal,
Mr. Cow? Your Honor, we're gonna have to reset him because he's gonna need a Vietnamese interpreter.
okay, we will reset for an interpreter.
I can go English talk.
Well,
Yes, sir.
We will reset this for an interpreter, sir. Do you understand that?
No, tell him I go do right
you
now.
can tell him.
I can start right now. I'm not with schedule. I don't have time.
Okay, sir, you were charged with failure to signal and driving on suspended license. What is your plea to the two charges? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
The guilty.
You understand? That by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer.
I can't understand talking about.
All right. Do you understand that you are entering this plea and you do not have a lawyer representing you? That is why we're going to continue the case and get an interpreter here, sir.
Mhm.
Let's continue his case, Ms. Green, and get an interpreter here.
Okay, Your Honor.
If you'll please have a seat, sir.
We have a seat.
Okay.
I'll give you instructions later, okay?
Juan Carinas,
Juan Carinas. Juan de Dios, yes.
Juan de Dios Carenas, por favor acérquese al micrófono.
Yes.
¿Necesita intérprete, señor Carenas?
young man, you're charged with a stop sign violation and a hit and run. What is your plea to the charge? You understand that by entering into the NOLO plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily? And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no law plea?
Yes.
Young man, the court will accept your no law plea to the charge. The fine amount is $950 for both violations. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Yes.
You can pay it in 2 weeks? All right. How old are you?
I'm 22.
Mrs. Green will give you a 2-week agreement to make sure that this is satisfied within 2 weeks. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Green, he is entering a no law plea, and let us reduce the hit and run down to failure to report.
Yes, sir.
Okay, young man, you can sit down. Thank you.
No, she's saying that I gotta go on the app and do it.
The next person is Howard Carter.
Howard Carter. Howard Carter. No one by that name, Your Honor.
Thank you, FTA. Destiny Cato.
She was online.
All right. Maria Cooper.
I believe she was online as well.
Okay. Jerika Craig.
Jerika Craig.
Jerika Nicole Craig.
No one by that name, Your Honor.
That's FTA. Codell Davis.
Mr. Davis, he's coming, Your Honor.
Thank you. How are you doing, Mr. Davis?
What are you doing?
Fine. You were charged with a speeding violation, sir, going 55 in a 40 miles per hour zone. What is your plea to that? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
Not guilty.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Not guilty.
All right, sir, do you want me to keep the case here in Forest Park, or do you want this matter to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
Can keep it here.
All right, you are waiving your right to this case going to Clayton County. We'll put you down for not guilty, and your case will be tried here in Forest Park at some date in the future. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Fill out your not guilty plea form, and they will give you your new court date, sir. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Darian Dawson.
Okay, one second, sir. Did you call it the
Sir, I have
Municipal?
not called your name. Please mute your device. Darian Dawson.
No one by that name in here, Your Honor.
Are there failure to appear? Regina Dixon.
Dixon, she's here.
Thank you. Can you please mute the young man that is eating while he's in court? Can you please turn his video off?
I can't even mute.
Turn his video off. Dude, you are in court. You have no business eating, okay? Ms. Dixon,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing, young lady? You're charged with disorderly conduct. What is your plea to that? Guilty, not guilty, or no low contender?
No low contender.
You understand by entering into the no low plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Young lady, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you think it is in your best interest to enter into the no law plea?
Yes.
Young lady, the fine amount is $430. Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Longer period of time.
All right, you will be placed on probation for 6 months. Your probation will end the moment the fine of $430 is paid. Understand, every month that you're on probation after the 29th day, you will have to also pay monthly supervision fee. You understand that? And do you understand that if you violate your probation, you can be brought before the court on a probation revocation calendar? Do you understand that? Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, they will provide you with information, and thank you. Wilker Felipe.
That's for probation.
No one by that name is here, Your
All
Honor.
right, that is FTA. Thank you. Kenneth Fogel,
Mr. Fogel? He is here.
thank you.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing, Mr. Fogel? What is your plea to the following two closely charged, sir?
Nolo contendere.
Sir, do you understand that by entering into the NOLO plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea, sir?
It is.
All right, sir, the court will accept your NOLO plea. The fine amount is $175. Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
2 weeks is fantastic.
All right, sir, you will be given 2 weeks to pay the sum of $175. Your NOLO plea has been accepted. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, you can have a seat. Talitha Foster,
No one by that name
that
here.
is FTA. Dayana Garcia Ramirez, that's been paid. Trejo Garcia, that's been reset, is that correct?
Sir.
That one's been reset,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right. Gildardo Garcia Gudina,
Gildardo García Gudino, por favor, acérquese si se encuentra presente.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Yes, he's coming.
thank you.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Are you Jose Gus?
No, usted es el señor Gildardo García Gudino.
Sí.
Yeah, it's the second one, the second Garcia, Miss Yolanda.
Miss Green, can you communicate with Miss Arnold for me?
I'm sorry. Hold on for a second.
Miss Arnold, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Let me get you to put a sweater or a jacket on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're good, thank you. All right. All right. Senor Garcia Gudina, what is his plea to the charge of improper turn?
Señor García Gudino, ¿cómo se declara al cargo de girar o voltear indebidamente?
No lo contendere.
No lo contendré, Your Honor.
Does he understand that by entering into the NOLO plea, he's doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
¿Usted entiende que declararse aquí no usted lo está haciendo sin el asesoramiento de un abogado? ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea that he's waiving his right to a trial?
También al declararse no, usted renuncia al derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Is he entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí.
Yes.
And does he believe it is in his best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Usted considera que declararse no es lo que más le conviene?
Sí.
Yes.
Let him know the fine amount is $175.
Ok, la multa son $175.
Está bien, sí.
Ask
That's
him, is he
fine.
able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or does he need a longer period of time?
¿Usted puede pagar eso a más tardar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas para pagarlo?
Pago hoy.
I can pay it today.
All right, let him know that he will be directed to take care of this momentarily.
Ok, ahorita le van a indicar dónde va a pagar y todo eso. Un momentito, ok. Se puede sentar hasta que le indique a la secretaria dónde va a ir.
Sí, gracias.
Thank you.
The next person is Augustine German.
German?
Agustín Germán.
He's coming.
Thank you.
¿Necesita intérprete, señor Germán?
Sí.
Ok, go ahead, Your Honor.
Mr. Vermont, what is your plea to driving without a license? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Señor Germán, ¿cómo se declara al cargo de manejar sin licencia? ¿Culpable, no culpable o no lo disputa?
No lo contenderé.
No lo contendré, Your Honor.
Tell him because he does not have a Georgia driver's license, he's only eligible for a guilty or not guilty.
Porque usted no tiene una licencia de conducir de Georgia, solamente tiene la opción de declararse culpable o no culpable. No les facilitan de que se pueda declarar nulo. Entonces, ¿cómo se va a declarar culpable o no culpable?
Pues soy culpable de no tener la licencia nada más.
Yes, I'm guilty of not having a license, that's all.
All right. Let him know that the fine amount is $795. Is he able to pay that in 2 weeks, or does he need a longer period of time?
La multa por eso son $795. ¿Lo puede pagar ahora o necesita 2 semanas? ¿Lo puede pagar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas para pagarlo?
No, necesito pagarlo ahora.
I need to pay it today.
I let him know that he will be directed to the clerk's office momentarily.
Ahorita le van a decir dónde tiene que ir a la taquilla a pagar, así que espere que le indiquen eso, ¿ok?
Ask him, does he have any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
No, ninguno.
No, none.
And does he believe this guilty plea is in his best interest?
¿Y usted considera que el declararse culpable hoy aquí es lo que más le conviene?
Pues de no licencia, sí.
Yeah, for having no license, yes.
All right, thank you. Next is
Gracias.
Danielle Grant. Danielle Grant,
With nobody here by that name.
thank you. All right, I'm gonna go back to the top of the calendar very quickly and go to Shanoris Arnold. How
Yes,
are you
sir.
doing, Ms. Arnold?
I'm great. Yourself?
I'm doing very well, young lady. What is your plea to the tag violation? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contender? And just to let you know, this particular offense does not show on your record. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Well,
What
I
is
did
your-
not know that, but I'm guilty with an explanation.
Okay, your guilty plea is being accepted. Let me take you through the plea and then you can offer your explanation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand by entering into the guilty plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea, young lady, freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, now go ahead and offer your explanation.
So my daughter usually gets picked up by her grandmother, but that day she got rushed to the hospital because she had a heart attack, which I do have her paperwork, the grandmother paperwork of when she went to the hospital. So I had to go pick up my daughter. There was
Okay.
nobody else to go pick her up.
So I guess you know my bigger question is, it looks like whatever car you drove, it was not registered.
My tag, yeah, so I'm trying, my check engine light is out on, and I've been trying to get it fixed. So, which I did show the officer the paperwork of, me trying to get it fixed or whatnot, but I did get the citation.
They're
Due to
gonna
the
do
tag.
that, so let me tell you what you need to do while you are waiting to get your car repaired to pass emissions.
Okay,
You need to go online and pay the ad valorem tax.
okay, what is that?
Okay, when you pay your tag, a portion of it is for the tag and a portion of it is called ad valorem. If you pay the ad valorem, then they will allow you to drive temporarily until your car can pass. But since you've not done any of that, that's why you got this ticket.
I didn't know. I did not know that.
That's why I'm telling you that now, okay?
Yes, sir.
The fine for this young lady is $135. You will need to take care of that. But once it's done, that will resolve it. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Can you pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
2 weeks will be fine.
Okay, have you typed your name and email address in the chat?
Yes, sir.
All right, do we have her information, Ms. Fahey?
Yes, I wrote it down when we were in the breakout room, so I have it on.
Okay, the prosecutor has it. So Ms. Arnold, by close of business tomorrow, you will receive your plea form, to which you will enter a guilty plea. And then you will receive your 2-week agreement, sign it, send it back, and make sure you make payment within 2 weeks of $135, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions you want to ask me?
Yes. I'm sorry. So for the agreement, I could just go to the DMV tag site where I pay my
You can do it
tag.
online.
Right. So where would I go online to pay it?
Go online to, what county is your car registered in?
Clayton.
Or you can go to the DMV website and go to tag registration. Or I would suggest you just go by your tag office.
Yes, sir.
I know
Thank
people
you.
like to do a lot of stuff online. I just like to do it in person.
Yes, sir.
And please get you some paper from them before you walk out of there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Get you some paper showing you paid that ad valorem. So while you're waiting to get your car fixed, if a police officer pulls you over, you can show them you paid your ad valorem, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your
All right.
Honor.
You take care. You can disengage.
All right.
All right. Clifford Brown, Clinton Brown.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Brown, what is your plea to the charge, sir?
Nolo contendere.
All right, do you understand by you're not eligible for a NOLO. So it looks like you have to plead a guilty or not guilty. You pled NOLO within the preceding 5 years.
No, sir.
All right, let me confirm, Ms. Payton or Ms. Green, can you all look at his driving record and tell me why he's not eligible for a NOLO?
Sure, he pled nolo with Rockdale State Court for failure to yield, December of 2021.
All right, do you recall that?
Yes, sir. But I pled guilty for that because they charged me.
They put it in as a NOLO, sir.
Okay.
So it's on your record as a NOLO.
All right. I plead guilty.
You understand by entering into the guilty plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you have any questions you'd like to ask me?
No, sir.
Sir, the fine amount is $175. Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Yes, sir. I can satisfy that within.
All right, have you provided them with your email address in the chat?
No, sir.
Let me just get you to tell me your email address.
It's cbrown7125@outlook.com.
All right, do we have that, Forest Park?
I did not get that, Judge Green.
Okay, I think he said C, the letter C as in Carl, Brown, 7125@outlook.com.
Okay.
Is that correct, Mr. Brown?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think that you will receive your plea form by close of business tomorrow through your email, sign it and send it back, and then you will receive your 2-week agreement, sir, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can disengage from the call.
Thank you, sir. Have a
All
great.
right. Let me go to Deja Greer. Is Deja Greer in the courtroom?
Deja Greer? No, Your Honor.
That's an FTA. Thank you, Ms. Green. Sabrina Hardeman?
It's Sabrina Hartnett. She is here.
It's hard.
It's HARDNETT.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hartnett,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Fine.
You were charged with a loitering charge. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Hello, contender.
Do you understand by entering into the nolo plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you think it's in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes.
Young lady, the fine amount is $430. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Need a little bit more time.
You will be placed on probation for 6 months. Your probation will end the moment this is paid. You understand that?
Yeah.
If it's paid within the first 29 days, you do not have to pay any monthly probation fees. But if it goes beyond 29 days, you will have to pay monthly probation fees. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you do understand that if you violate your probation, they will bring you back in front of the court. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. If you will have a seat, Ms. Green will give you your information. Rosa Hernandez.
Rosa Hernandez?
Rosa Hernandez.
No one by the,
Rosalinda Hernandez. Okay.
That's FTA. Jonathan Hirschman.
Jonathan Hirschman. No one by that name, Your Honor.
FTA. Forrest Jenkins.
Forrest Jenkins, please come to the front.
How are you, Mr. Jenkins?
How are you?
Fine, you are charged with a loitering charge, sir. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contendere?
No low contender.
Do you understand by entering into the no low plea, sir, that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Do you also understand by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
The court will accept your no low plea, sir. The fine amount is $430. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
No, that's fine.
All right, sir, you will be given 2 weeks to pay the sum of $430. Ms. Green will provide you with a 2-week agreement and your plea form before you leave court today. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You'll have a seat. Alexandra Johnson,
No Alexander Johnson.
in the courtroom. Thank you, FTA. Evoye Jones,
Jones. He's coming, Your Honor.
thank you.
Judge, and we also have one other person online, Ms. Cooper, Kira
Okay,
Cooper.
I'll go back to her next, Mr. Prosecutor. Thank you. Mr. Jones, you have 2 charges, a speeding charge and a change of address charge. What is your plea to the 2 charges? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contendere, sir? Excuse me? All right. Sir, do you understand by entering into the no low plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer? And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial? Sir, are you entering into this plea freely and voluntarily? And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no low plea? I need you to speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right. The court will accept your plea. Have you changed the address on your license, sir?
No, sir. I really be back and forth from my place in Albany to up here.
Okay. Sir, the total fine amount is $275. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time? Excuse me?
I'll pay it in 2 weeks.
Okay, sir, you will be given your plea form to which you will enter a no low plea, and then you will be given a 2-week agreement. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask regarding the sentence of the court?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. You'll have a seat. I'm going now to Akira Cooper.
Akira,
How are you doing, Miss Akira?
fine, how are you?
I'm fine. What is your plea to the traffic control device, young lady? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contendere?
No, no.
All right, and I am sorry, you were not eligible for a no low, so you have to plead a guilty or a not guilty. You obviously
If I-
pled no low within the preceding 5 years.
What ticket was that for?
I can have them to look at your record and tell you. Can someone tell me?
1 second. 2020, he pled no low for improper U-turn in Gwinnett County.
You understand that?
Okay, so if I do not guilty, will it give me any points?
If you do not guilty, your case will be set down on a trial calendar for some point in the future. If you are found guilty, you will get points, but if you are found not guilty, you will not receive any points. If you enter a guilty plea, yes, you will get some points.
Not guilty.
All right. Do you want me to keep this case here in Forest Park, or do you want me to bind it over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
Forest Park.
All right. We will reset her for a trial date in Forest Park. She's waiving her right to a jury trial. And she's entered a not guilty plea. Have you provided your email address, young lady?
Yes, I do have that, and I also have a defensive driver. So for the next court date, will it be on Zoom as well?
Have you taken a defensive driving course?
Yes.
When did you take it?
I took it like 2 years ago.
Oh, no, you have to take one since this offense, but if you take one after this offense, I'm prepared to make this a an offense to which you will not get any points.
Okay, so I can take
So
it
you're
now?
gonna need to take it again.
Okay, I can do that.
So you're gonna take a safe driving course. You'll bring back proof of completion. You can do that before the court date. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you bring down to the courthouse your safe driving course certificate and pay the fine of $175, this will be reduced to a non-pointable offense. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, what is your email address?
Hey, HEY 7269 @gmail.
Do we have that?
Can you type it in there?
Yes. I put it in there earlier.
Got it.
Do you have it, Ms. Payne?
Yes.
All right, Ms.
Yeah, I put it in
Cooper,
there
you
earlier.
can
I'm looking for it.
you can disengage from the call.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
All right, take care.
Same.
With Darius Jones,
Jones, he's coming, Your Honor.
He said he's talking to the judge, but he's got his form and he doesn't have an orange.
Mr. Prosecutor, unless you just want to hang around, I can knock out the rest of the stuff.
You sure, Judge?
I'm positive everybody's there in the courtroom and that's it.
All righty.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
take care.
Later.
Mr. Jones,
Yes, sir.
have you spoken to an attorney about this matter, or do you want to represent yourself?
Yeah, I can represent myself.
Are you sure you're gonna be able to represent yourself on a DUI? Because if you can't hire an attorney, I can see if you meet the requirements and I can appoint you one.
All right, you can appoint me as attorney.
They're gonna have you to fill out a form, and if you meet the requirements, we're going to appoint Michael Stinson, Ms. Green.
Yes, sir.
Let's let him fill out the form, and then we will appoint Michael Stinson, and we will reset his court date on because of the DUI, okay?
Sorry.
Thank you. The next person is AJ Kangara. AJ Kangara,
No one is here by that name.
thank you. Adeline Long, no, that's a paid. Patricia Love,
Patricia Love, she's here, Your Honor.
thank you.
Okay, sure, yeah. All right, so you plead not guilty, right?
He has to give him an attorney because of the charges.
Okay, all right, let's.
Ms. Love, you have 2 loitering charges. What is your plea to the 2 charges? Not guilty, guilty? Well, let me look at the calendar. Is this just 1 ticket, Ms. Green?
That's correct. One was a duplicate.
So it's just 1 charge?
That's correct.
All right, I'm sorry, Ms. Love, you have 1 charge of loitering. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
No.
You understand by entering into the nolo plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial.
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
Young lady, the fine amount is $430. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer time to pay?
Can I get a longer time to pay just in case?
All right, you will be placed on probation for 6 months. Your probation will end the moment this is paid. You understand that?
In 2 weeks, do I not have the probation?
Now, if you do 2 weeks, you're not placed on probation, but let me just finish this about probation. If it is paid within the first 29 days, you do not have to pay any monthly probation fees. So if you're not sure you're gonna get it paid in 2 weeks, you may want to try probation.
I'll have it in 2 weeks.
All right, then we will allow you to pay the sum of $430 in 2 weeks. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, if you'll please have a seat. William Manderville,
Mr. Mandeville, he's coming, Your Honor.
Mr. Mandeville, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Guilty.
You understand about, you said guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right, Sir, do you want to keep this case here in Forest Park where you'll have a bench trial, or do you want it bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
Keep it as far as part, sir.
All right. They will give you your plea form, enter a not guilty plea, and we will see you back here on your trial date. Do you understand that?
Okay.
All right, you can have a seat.
Yeah, please.
Delancio Vasquez,
No one here by that name, Your Honor.
thank you. I'm gonna let Miss Ida say the name. I'm at
Okay.
the top of page 11 of 19.
Yes.
I'm number 2.
Gelancio Miranda Vázquez. Si se encuentra presente, acérquese al micrófono, por favor.
Amariana Morris. Amariana Morris.
No one by that name is here, Your Honor.
Thank you, that's FTA. Queen Phillips.
Queen Phillips. No one here, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Zakari Portis.
I believe they were on Zoom.
Was
I think that was handled online, yes. Larry Powell, nope. Tasha Prissock.
Tasha Prissock? No one's here by that name, Your Honor.
Thank you. Castillo Ramirez.
Ramirez,
Castillo Ramírez.
he's coming.
Thank you.
Señora Ramírez, ¿necesita intérprete?
Sí.
Okay, go ahead, Your Honor.
Been charged with driving without a valid license. What is the plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
Se le acusa por manejar sin licencia. ¿Cómo se va a declarar? ¿Culpable, no culpable o nolo?
Pues culpable de no tener licencia.
Guilty of not having a license.
Do you understand that by entering into the guilty plea, you're doing so without the assistance of a lawyer?
Usted entiende que declararse aquí culpable lo está haciendo sin tener el asesoramiento de un abogado. ¿Entendió eso? Yes.
You also understand by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial.
Usted también entiende que declararse culpable, usted renuncia a su derecho a tener un juicio. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Y usted considera que esto de declararse culpable es lo que más le conviene?
Pues sí, soy culpable de no tener una licencia.
Well, yes, I am guilty of not having a license.
The fine amount is $795. Were you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
La multa son de $795. ¿Usted cree que la puede pagar a más tardar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas?
Si la pagara en 2 semanas, ese es el tiempo que me dan o igual yo.
Si necesita, if I pay it in 2 weeks, that's all the time that I get.
She can be placed on probation.
La pueden poner en libertad vigilada. Si necesita más de 2 semanas, le pueden dar ahorita para que tenga más tiempo y se llama libertad vigilada.
No la voy a pagar ahorita.
¿La va a pagar hoy? I'm going to pay it today.
All right. Let her know that she will be directed to the clerk's office momentarily to satisfy the sum of $795, and they are accepting her guilty plea.
Aceptamos su declaración de culpable. En unos segundos le van a decir dónde tiene que dirigirse para que pague la multa de $795. Espera hasta que le digan dónde tiene que ir.
Está bien, gracias.
Thank you. That's fine. Thank you.
Next is Edwin Ramirez.
Miss Ada, can you tell her to just have a seat and we'll get to her in a moment?
Ok, señora Ramírez, siéntese y ahorita le van a decir qué es dónde tiene que ir, ¿ok? Okay. Edwin Ramírez, por favor, si está presente, acérquese al micrófono. Edwin Ramírez.
No one by that name is in here.
Thank you, Ms. Green. Isis Redmond.
Isis Redmond. Is that you, ma'am? She's coming.
How are you doing, young lady? Just fine. You're charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender? I didn't hear what you said.
He said guilty.
Do you understand by entering into the plea that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes.
And do you also understand by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes.
Are you entering into the plea, young lady, freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea? The court will accept your plea to the charge. The final amount is this the first time, Ms. Green?
Let me check. Oh, we didn't, I think the system was down. We did not run that, Your Honor. We can run it real quick for you if you don't mind waiting for a second.
Young lady, is this the first time you've been charged with this? Have you ever had a previous drug charge in the past? We will verify that, but the fine amount is $180. If it is your first time, are you able to take care of that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I did it today.
All right, they will direct you to take care of that today. Do you understand that?
Thank you.
Thank you. Anaya Reed.
Ms. Reed? She's here, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So when they finish, I'll go over the records with them.
Ms. Reed, you've been charged with speeding and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Young lady, what is your plea to the two charges?
For possession of marijuana, can I do guilty? And then
Excuse me?
for possession of marijuana, I wanted to do guilty.
And what is it on the speeding charge?
Um,
Do you understand by entering into the no plea and the guilty plea respectfully that you're doing so without the assistance of a lawyer?
yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And how old are you?
21.
We're going to need to reset your case because a no plea to the speeding charge is going to suspend your license for 6 months. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about yourself. Are you working or are you in school?
Actually, both. I'm trying to get back in school now, but I am working.
Where are you trying to go back to school?
Either Atlanta Tech or Empire.
And what are you going to study?
Cosmetology.
We're going to reset your court date for 30 days. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You need to take a TVA course or a safe driving course and bring back proof when you come back. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So you will either take a traffic violators improvement program or the safe driving course. You need to bring back a certificate that shows that you completed one or the other.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, sir.
Assuming you get that done, you are eligible to have your speed reduced down, which will take you out of the suspension stage. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your speed will then be reduced down to 63 miles per hour.
Okay.
Total fine for both violations are $8.55. You can take care of that when you come back, or you can be placed on probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me?
No, sir.
All right, if you will have a seat, they will get your plea form when you've entered a guilty plea to the marijuana charge and a no plea to the speeding charge. You understand that?
Mhm.
All right, they'll give you a new court date. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Tobias Render.
Tobias Render? No one in here by that name, Your Honor.
FTA, thank you. Andre Robinson.
He has an attorney that submitted
I
it.
got it. Okay, no problem. Dina Robinson.
Dina Robinson.
She's on her way up, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson, what is your plea to the loitering charge, young lady? All right, do you want me to keep this case in Forest Park, or do you want it to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
Forest Park's fine.
All right, when she's entering a not guilty plea, and she will have her trial date here at Forest Park. We'll get her plea form and give her a new court date.
Okay.
D'Amico Roper.
I believe they were on Zoom.
Thank you. Alina Rosa,
Well, actually, they're in the waiting room, Judge. I know they were on, but I don't know if they got kicked off. We can go back to them once we get done with everybody in here if you would like.
okay, we'll go back. Alina Rosa,
I believe she was with Mayor Rose.
okay. Natoya Ruff,
Ms. Ruff? She's here.
thank you. How are you doing, Ms. Ruff?
Great, how are you?
Just fine. What is your plea to the failure to yield charge? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
Not guilty.
Or do you want me to keep this case in Forest Park, or do you want it to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
It could stay in Forest Park.
All right. She is entering a not guilty plea. She's waiving her right to a jury trial, and the matter will remain in Forest Park, and we will provide her with a new court date. You have any questions, Ms. Rob?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. You'll have a seat. Sierra Schwartz,
I didn't write my name.
No Swartz, Your Honor.
thank you. Eric Silva Perez,
He's here, Your Honor.
thank you.
Eric Silva Pérez.
He is charged with driving without a valid license.
Señor Pérez, ¿necesita intérprete? Se le acusa por manejar sin licencia.
Sí.
Yes.
What is his plea? Not guilty or guilty?
¿Cómo se declara culpable o no culpable? ¿Cómo? Guilty.
Does he understand that by entering into the guilty plea, he's doing so without the assistance of a lawyer?
Usted sabe que al declararse culpable lo está haciendo sin asesoramiento de un abogado. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Does he also understand that by entering into the plea that he's waiving his right to a trial?
También al declararse culpable, usted renuncia al derecho a tener un abogado. ¿Entendió eso?
Sí.
Yes.
Is he entering into this plea freely and voluntarily?
¿Se está declarando de esta manera por su propia voluntad y libremente?
Sí.
Yes.
Let him know the fine amount is $795.
La multa completa son de $795.
Sí, está bien.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is he able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or does he need longer time to pay it?
Usted puede pagar eso a más tardar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas para pagarlo.
Oye, está bien.
Oh, today is fine.
All right, he will be directed to the clerk's office momentarily to pay the fine of $795.
Ok, se puede sentar y esperar a que la secretaria le indique a dónde tiene que ir a pagar, ¿ok?
Thank you.
Talisa Sledge,
Talisa Sledge. No one here, Your Honor.
thank you. Dorothy Solaro,
Worthy Solaro.
Lawrence.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Lawrence.
Solaris, okay.
Ms. Solaris, you're charged with a animal violation. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
Guilty. Or no low contender because I was not there.
I didn't hear what you said. What is your plea?
No low contender.
Do you understand that by entering into the no low plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the no low plea?
Yes, sir.
The fine amount is $430. Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Today, sir.
Excuse me?
Today.
All right. You will be directed to the clerk's office today to pay the sum of $430. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. If you'll please have a seat. Destiny Southern,
I believe she was online with Mayor Rose as well.
Anthony Stallion,
He's coming, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stallion, you were charged with a public drunk and a possession of marijuana less than an ounce charge, sir. What is your plea to the 2 offenses?
Guilty, sir.
Excuse me?
Guilty, sir.
You understand by entering into the guilty plea to both charges that you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And sir, you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
Sir, the total fine amount is $610, but you can pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
Need a long period of time, sir.
Sir, you will be placed on probation for 12 months.
Yes, sir.
Your probation, for 6 months.
Yes, sir.
Your probation will end the moment the fine is paid. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understand that if you violate your probation, you can be brought before the court on a probation revocation calendar. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, if you'll please have a seat.
Thank you.
Solano Suarez,
Serrano, Suarez.
Suárez Serrano, por
Nobody,
favor. Okay.
thank you. Bruce Vandell,
he's here, Your Honor.
thank you. How are you doing, Mr. Vandell?
How you doing today, sir?
Just fine. What is your plea to the lane change charge, sir? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
No low contender.
Do you understand that by entering into the nolo plea, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you are waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And sir, do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
Sir, the fine amount is $175. Are you able to handle that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
I can handle that today, sir.
All right, sir, you will be directed to the clerk's office momentarily to pay the fine of $175, and your nolo plea has been accepted. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
All right. Eduardo Vargas Casares,
Eduardo Vargas Rafael Casares. ¿Necesita intérprete?
No, señor.
¿Sí o no? No, okay.
young man, you've been charged with possession of marijuana less than an ounce. What is your plea to that charge? Is it not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, do you want me to keep this case in Forest Park, or do you want it to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
You can keep it here.
All right, Ms. Green, he's entering a not guilty plea. He's waived his right to a jury trial, and we will have his trial here in Forest Park. We will give him his new court date today.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. You'll have a seat. Noradino Vasquez,
Noradino Diaz Vázquez.
He's here, Your Honor.
¿Necesita intérprete?
No, no, ma'am.
Okay.
sir, you've been charged with failure to yield. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Not guilty.
All right, your not guilty plea has been accepted. Do you want to keep the case in Forest Park, or would you like it to be bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
Forest Park.
All right, we will reset his court date for Forest Park for a trial, Ms. Green.
Okay.
His not guilty plea has been accepted. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Celeste Watts,
Nobody, oh, they paid. No, I'm sorry. She's here.
Ms. Watts, you've been charged with disorderly conduct. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
Not guilty.
Do you want me to keep the case in Forest Park, or would you prefer that it be bound over where you're eligible for a jury trial in Clayton County?
Spike.
All right, you are waiving your right to a jury trial. Your trial will be set in Forest Park. You will receive your plea form when you will enter a not guilty plea, and we'll see you back here on your trial date. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Thank you. Robert Wilkins,
There is no, wait a minute, you're Wilkins? Okay, he's here, Your Honor.
Mr. Wilkins, you're charged with a loitering charge.
Yes, sir.
What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or nolo contendere?
No low.
You understand that by entering into the NOLO plea, sir, you're doing this without the assistance of a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Sir, are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the NOLO plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, the fine amount is $430. Are you able to satisfy that in 2 weeks, or do you need a longer period of time?
You'll be able to handle it today.
All right, sir, they will direct you to the clerk's office momentarily. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you. Khalil Woodard.
Khalil Woodard, he's here, Your Honor.
Mr. Woodard, you're charged with driving on suspended license and defective lights. What is your plea to each charge respectively, young man?
Guilty.
Do you understand that by entering into the guilty plea, you're doing so without the assistance of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
And do you also understand that by entering into the plea that you're waiving your right to a trial?
Yes, sir.
Are you entering into the plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe it is in your best interest to enter into the plea?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Green or Ms. Payton, has he had a previous driving on suspended license within the last 5 years?
Yes,
How many?
let me count 1 second. I only see one.
All right, young man, the total fine is $1,395. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You will be placed on probation for 12 months. 2 months of your probation will be mandatory. After 2 months, if you have paid your fine, you can get off of probation. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, please ensure that you comply with all terms and conditions, so you are not brought back before the court on a revocation calendar. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes. So under the Department of Driver Labor Services, I did pay all my fines from the previous incident with the driving suspended license and the reinstatement fee. However, it still said that it's suspended. Is there a certain period of time before they make that current have it?
So when you got the first charge, you paid the fine and then you paid the reinstatement fee.
Yes.
Why was it suspended?
So it was suspended from a failure to appear. I had 3 different court dates that was rescheduled. I'm not sure when the one after the third one was rescheduled to.
What city was it in?
It was for McDonough.
So something is going on there, but ideally, Mr. Woodard, once you paid the fine, once you paid the FTA, and then you paid the reinstatement fee, your license should have been reinstated.
Okay.
So something has happened. I think you need to go to McDonough and then go, in fact, the Department of Driving Services is down there off of 75. You may want to go by there as well.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
So they'll give you your forms for you to talk to probation, okay?
All right.
Okay, Your Honor, I just want to interject. He said McDonough, but it's actually Lovejoy,
Okay.
so you can go to the right place.
Okay.
The next person is Jose Yang Checavidia.
He's here.
José Yáñez Echeverría Taide.
Sí.
¿Necesita intérprete? Okay, go ahead, Your Honor.
He's charged with a traffic control device and not having his license on his person.
Lo
What is
acusan,
to the 2 charges?
lo acusan por no tener licencia consigo y por no obedecer las señales de tránsito de uno de los aparatos. ¿Cómo se declara culpable o no a los 2 cargos?
Culpable.
Guilty.
It looks like he had a valid California license at the time of the stop. Is that correct?
Parece ser que usted tenía una licencia de California que era válida en el momento en que lo pararon. ¿Eso es correcto?
Sí, es correcto.
Yes, that is correct.
So the failure to have license on person, let him know that that charge is being dismissed.
Entonces, debido a esto, le van a retirar o le van a sobreseer el cargo de no tener una licencia consigo.
Let him know the fine on the traffic control device is $175.
La otra multa por no obedecer las señales de tránsito es una multa de $175.
Okay,
Ask him, is he entering the guilty plea to the traffic control device charge freely and voluntarily?
¿Usted se está declarando a este cargo de no obedecer las señales de tránsito libre y voluntariamente?
sí,
Yes.
Does he understand that by entering into the plea, he's waiving his right to a trial?
¿Usted entiende que declararse culpable a esto, usted renuncia a su derecho a tener un juicio? ¿Entendió eso? Yes, I did.
Does he understand that he's entering this plea without the assistance of a lawyer?
También entiende que se está declarando sin la representación de un abogado. ¿Entendió eso? I did.
Is it in his best interest to enter into the plea?
¿Usted piensa que lo que más le conviene ahora es declararse de esta manera?
Sí.
Yes.
The court will accept his plea. The fine amount is $175. Is he able to pay that in 2 weeks, or does he need a longer period of time?
El juez va a sacar su declaración de culpable. La multa son $175. Usted lo puede pagar a más tardar en 2 semanas o necesita más de 2 semanas para pagarlo.
está bien en 2 semanas.
It's fine in 2 weeks.
Let him know he will be given a 2-week agreement to pay the sum of $175, and the license charge has been dismissed.
Le van a dar unos documentos para que usted firme y se comprometa para pagar a más tardar en 2 semanas 175 y le sobreseyeron o le retiraron el cargo de no tener licencia consigo mismo.
Okay.
Ok.
If you'll please have a seat.
Por favor, siéntese hasta que le den los documentos.
Cedric Young. Mr. Young, you're charged with a signal violation. What is your plea? Not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
It says improper lane change. I'm not sure if you're reading the same thing, but
I am, they just may have the improper, they just have a different, what is the actual ticket, Ms. Ray?
Failure to signal lane change or turn.
Okay, and what do you have on your citation, sir?
is it
It
fake?
says improper lane change or usage.
Okay. What is your plea to that charge? Is it not guilty, guilty, or no low contender?
Not guilty.
Do you want me to keep this case in Forest Park, or do you want it bound over to Clayton County where you're eligible for a jury trial?
We can take it to Clayco.
All right, let's bind this case over to Clayton County. Let's have him to verify his address to make sure that Clayton County gets the proper address. And that will conclude the matter with him.
Okay.
Is there anyone else there in the courtroom, Mr. Rainey?
We've taken care of everyone. It's just people here waiting to pay.
Got one in the waiting room.
All right, now let's go to the person in the waiting room. And Ms. Payton, who is that?
Roper, the Miko.
Where is that a male or a female, and where are they on your calendar? Is this on page 14 of 19?
Yes, sir.
I got it, okay. Mr. Roper, if you will please unmute your device, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, you were charged with failing to have your license on your person. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Can I please see it? Can we verify that that is valid, Ms. Green?
What are we talking about? No, let me pull up his name. 1 second.
Are we able to look?
Yep, Roper.
Failure to have license on person.
Yes, we gotta check and make sure it's valid.
That's your.
Your email, your mailing address. All right, you good.
Are we able to verify, Mr. Roper, that he had a valid license at the date and time?
It looks like his Class C was issued on the 15th of this month, sir. And he got the ticket on the 10th.
All right, did you have a valid license on the 10th, Mr. Roper?
Yes, sir. I went and got another driver's license just to make sure that everything was okay. I really couldn't find my wallet at the time, so I just went and got another one to make sure everything was all right, but I wound up finding my wallet. I do have that ID too, if you want to see that one. That one just didn't have.
What I'm trying to verify is that you just had a valid license on the 10th. So
Oh,
Ms.
yes,
Page,
sir.
does it show he had a valid license at that time?
We see that he was issued one on 11/15. Now, I'm not sure if that means he lost one and he went to get another one. Always,
Yeah,
it was issued on 11/15 of 2022.
Go ahead, sir. Did you have a valid driver's license on November the 10th, 2022?
yes, sir. I just got a replacement. That's it. I just got my address and everything to make sure it had the right address on it. That's it.
Is there any way for us to determine when his original license was issued?
Yes, I have to run it.
Okay, can you do that?
You're gonna have to do it because I'm locked out.
If you will just hold 1 second, Mr. Roper, let us verify this.
Okay. If you want it, I could show you my other ID that I had beforehand.
No, let me just let them run it.
All right.
Thank you, though. Ms. Ida, I think that takes care of everyone with you.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. So then I'll see you next week.
Absolutely, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mr. Roper, have you provided them with your email address?
Yes, sir. I did it in the chat.
Can you give me that again because I'm not seeing it?
Okay, it's Roper Domenico at yahoo.com.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm going to step away while Ms. Page runs that. And we're good. You're free to go. That's what I'm gonna get ready to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good. Mission accomplished.
Judge Freeman?
Yes,
Yeah, so when we ran it, it's the same thing. So there's no way for us to tell.
that whether he had one before then. Okay. Let me ask you, looking on his driving history, do you see any suspensions or anything?
No, sir.
Okay,
Yes, I do. He had one for a failure to appear back in 2017.
okay. Okay, then that lets me know he had a license back then. Does it show when it was reinstated?
Yep, it was reinstated in 2017 as well.
Okay, then all right, this charge against him will be dismissed. Mr. Roper? Unmute, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna send you your plea form through your email. You'll get it by close of business tomorrow. Do you understand that?
All right.
Once you get it, enter a not guilty plea and send it back. Do you understand that?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Once they get that back, I can formally dismiss this ticket. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you don't send it back, this will be an open case. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right.
Yes, I just got one. You said it'll be sent to my email address. It'll be under what?
It will be sent to your email address through DocuSign. It'll be
Okay.
called a plea form. It's called a
Okay.
plea form, to which you will enter a not guilty plea.
Okay.
And sir, what is your email?
Roper Domenico at yahoo.com.
Okay, just first and last name, first name at Yahoo.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right.
All right, sir, you can disengage from the call.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna stop this recording.
Yes.
For 1 second.